good, YouTube? It's your boy Trey back again on this video, and I've been wanting to do this video for some time now, but I actually got the information and basically the aftermath of both outcomes, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. And also, I just want to mention this. I'm recording this on Kobe Bryant's birthday. Happy birthday to Kobe Bean Bryant. Top 5 and worst greatest player of all time. Definitely a top 2 shooting guard of all time. Yeah, he basically dominated. Well, he was one of the people who dominated the 2000s. Just want to put that out there. And I want to get this video out on the following day, which is 8/24. I really want to get the video out on that day. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So Kobe Bryant, we all know he's a 5-time champion, right? But it was like a point of his career where he was just like at a crossroads. Like multiple articles have said, like he was at a crossroads in his career. And then this is like around the time when Kobe, he signed the big deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. But also it was the same time in 04, in the 04 offseason, where Shaq went to Miami because the Lakers felt like this pairing of Kobe and Shaq probably wasn't going to work no more. And Shaq was the agent, so they ultimately chose the right person to build around. So we're going into the 04-05 season. This season was like one of the worst in Kobe Bryant's career. His defense was not where it once was. His offense was like average or good at best. I don't know. Yeah, it just wasn't the same Kobe Bryant we seen in the championship years. And the year prior, like before Shaq, the very end of Shaq's tenure there in LA, Kobe Bryant, he really wasn't like training as hard as because he had stuff going on around that time. So yeah, he wasn't really training as hard as he used to do it. So the following season, he really wasn't getting into it until time to ramp up. But yeah, he just wasn't the same. So Kobe Bryant, being the self-motivator and self-corrector that he is, he wanted to try to fix this somehow, some way. So, and going into this offseason, which is the 05 offseason. So remember that. So we know 05 offseason, Kobe Bryant, and the Lakers missed the playoffs, by the way. So he definitely got in work earlier than expected, than normal, really. So we know 05 offseason, Kobe Bryant, he trying to find ways to get better in the following season. So what he did was he got in the training room. He got in much strength training as possible, because during this time he also was dealing with a knee injury, and I believe he has bad shoulder, and the shoulder, I believe, healed, but he still has something going on with his knee. So going to that, and Kobe Bryant, he's the biggest he's ever been. Like we all know, Kobe Bryant throughout the years has been gained most throughout his career. But during this time, this was the heaviest he's been. Now, folks saying that he was in like the 220 range, and his playing weight was like throughout like 205 or 212, around that area. So he gained significant amount of muscle. And during the season, he said he felt like he wasn't like himself. Even though he averaged a career high 35 points, which is crazy to think about, that all-time great that averaged his greatest output in a season, said he wasn't himself. That's pretty crazy. So he said his shot, I can't find the article where he said his shot wasn't the same. But it was articles that was made on Kobe Bryant during this time, that he had to lose the weight because of conditioning. Now, remember that conditioning. Kobe Bryant, like as you gain muscle, you are going to get tired quicker. So Kobe Bryant, he decided he's going to lose that weight. He went to the next off season. He lost the weight. So, and then he had another great season for his standards, 31 game. But the Lakers ended up losing the first round. So Kobe Bryant, once again, he found the way. He lose more weight. He just stick to his normal routine, and he didn't bulk up like he did in the '05, like in that season. So going to that season, '07, '08, they was playing at 50-win pace. They traded for Paul Gasol. Boom, they made it to the finals. Even though they lost, but they made it to the finals. And then after that, he made 2 more finals. And he ended up winning 2 straight. So yeah, this gonna lead me right into Anthony Davis. Now, Anthony Davis, he was the same age around Kobe Bryant when Kobe Bryant decided to bulk up. Around like 26 to like 28. Around that area when Anthony Davis decided to bulk up. So let's start from their championship season. Why not? 1920 AD was a monster. Nobody could guard him. He was quicker than most big men, and he was bigger than most wings that tried to check him. Okay, he dominated the bubble. They ended up winning championship. Okay. So we go into that off season, and the league decides to do a quick ramp up and have the season earlier than expected, and they give the guys that was in the finals and in the conference finals no time to rest. No time to rest. Remember it. So we go into the season. The Lakers, they was at 21. I think they were like 21-6 at some point. They was playing like a 55 win pace or something like that. Probably 60. And yeah, that's when the injury bugs started to go crazy for the Lakers team. So AD, he tried to drive on the court, Jokic, and then he said he felt like a sharp pain, and he thought it was his Achilles tearing, but he luckily lucked out, and it wasn't an Achilles tear. It was something going on with his calf. So he had to miss like months within the season. Then when he got back, he was ramping himself in shape because the Lakers still had to play in a playing game, which they won. Then they had to face the Suns. So once they faced the Suns, they looked like they was about to win the series. AD was playing great. He had back-to-back 30-point games. But on a play that was like fairly routine, AD, he went up with a dunk, and he messed up his knee pretty bad. Like, he hyperextended his knee. So we're going to the next game. He's playing through it. Then ultimately, he came down wrong, and the adductor injury he had, well, it got worse because since he couldn't like land, jump properly on that bad knee, so the adductor that turned into a groin injury, and the groin injury like that, he had to miss the following game. And then when he did come back or tried to, he wasn't the same. He clearly wasn't the same, and he didn't even play like what, a minute or so into the game. So yeah, that was a bad injury real season. So AD, just like Kobe Bryant, he decided, okay, so what do I need to do to try to correct this? Like, what do I need to do to help improve the team chances of winning championship? So he goes into the offseason. They first get Russell Westbrook. That's one of the biggest changes because they feel like they need another playmaker beside LeBron and AD to take the load off one another. That was the goal in sacrificing. So AD, he's decided to gain muscle. And the reason why he decided to gain muscle and bulk up, because now he's going to play more center minutes to like help lighten the load on Russell Westbrook. So he go into the season, and AD, he clearly wasn't the same player. He had to play more minutes. And then there was an article that came out that Phil Handy doing like a coach's meeting. He said that AD is struggling with his minute shoots and that he's getting tired like quicker than normal. And yeah, and folks just automatically just start saying that he gained too much muscle. Because that could have been the reason why he was struggling getting up and down the court. And basically, like, he was getting like pinned up under the rim a lot this season. Like, you could tell he wasn't the same. He was getting dunked on easily. Like, he clearly wasn't the same AD. So AD, like, probably like in a December game versus the Timberwolves, Jay McDaniels, like, he accidentally ran into his knee after LeBron tried to drive and try, get him off. And he ran into his knee on accident. So, AD during this time, he decides to lose the weight. Now, this was a great decision of losing the weight. And then He came back. He looked like he's about to go back on AD tear. LeBron's coming back. Then once in a Utah game, AD, he went for a law against Malik Monk. I think Malik Monk threw the law. It was too high or out of reach, and AD tried to grab it and stepped on Gobert's ankle and messed up his foot. So, yeah, and then he came back relatively early from that foot injury because he still had a limp in that season. So we go into the 22-23 season. AD, he decides not to do the same thing he did last season. Bulk up. He didn't do that. He just stick to his normal routine. And he said on like a video with FaZe, Swag, I believe. I think that's his name. And FaZe Smooth or something like that. Yeah, he said he haven't started basketball in 2 weeks. Lakers Twitter went uproar saying, "Oh, this is messed up. You had your worst shooting season. How can you do this and all this?" And he ultimately went back to train with Lethal Shooter like a couple days later. Okay, so he go into this season. AD, he's back to being AD. Now, he didn't start out being AD because he had a back injury. Because, the ramp up period between your off season and then training camp, it can be a little struggle. Then AD, he already wanted to play 82 games. That was already jeopardy from the first few games because he clearly was hampered by the back injury. So once he got rest from that back injury, that's when AD took off. And this was around the same time that LeBron James was missing games. So AD, he put the team on his back. Then LeBron came back. AD still went on his tear. Then a new system with Darvin Ham, he made sure AD get most of his looks up under the paint. So, boom, we go into it. Then AD, he ends up injuring his foot on a phantom play against Jokic again. Unfortunately, I don't know how this happened. He went up, I guess his foot got caught on Jokic's body or something like that, and I guess it just tweaked. And then it was reported that he had bone spurs and something in his foot that needed surgery. So he didn't get the surgery because he was gonna probably be out for majority of the season. So he rehabbed, and then he came back, back to where he was started. But it was very inconsistent around this time too. So I don't know what was the cause of that, but yeah, it was very inconsistent compared to how he was during December and early January. It definitely wasn't the same. So we're going to the playoffs, and AD, he dominates. And he lets the world know that he's still the best defender on the planet. So yeah, that's that. That's where we are right now. And yeah, I've been wanting to do this video for a while now. I just wanted to see how AD was gonna look post 21-22 season after he lost the weight, he recovered from injuries and all that. So yeah. Also, I forgot to detail this as well, and this is also very important. Now, LeBron, we all know LeBron, he was the biggest he's ever been in Miami, but he was still explosive like crazy. That's tier one athleticism right there. I don't think nobody touching him or Jordan athleticism, because the fact that he can move at what was he? What was the guess? 260 to 70 around that time, 6'9", and he just exploded up and down the court, jumping out the gym, jumping over people. And guess what? As soon as he left Miami, he decided to lose weight, to taking the load off his knee and back and stuff like that. And then during this time as well, he had back problems. He had multiple back injuries, so he went to Miami and he got right. So he did in 2015 where he had the playoff run where he had to carry because Kyrie and K Love was hurt. He had probably one of the greatest stretches in the finals of all time. So yeah, this is not uncommon for athletes in their late 20s to try to gain or lose muscle as their career starts to wind down. So yeah, if you guys like this video, like, comment.
Why are we watching this?
Like, comment, subscribe. This is Boy Trail. I'm out.